tough stuff. And why should we talk about grief? Why should we talk about all of this stuff? And grief shows up throughout life, doesn't it? Grief shows up when we fail a class, when our friends leave us, diagnosis, divorce. Children grieve. Everybody grieves. It's a part of life. And so starting with the hard stuff, we should talk about it because grief shows no mercy. It arrives unannounced and uninvited. It does not care what you are going through, and it does not care if you've had enough. And it can be relentless. And it is a part of this life. And you know, on so many days, I've been with someone that they were having the most joyful moment of their life, and in the afternoon, something terrible was happening. It's all interwoven. We can't have one without the other. I was at a dear friend's funeral, and then in the afternoon, we had our children's birthday party. Grief doesn't care what you're going through. So let's get ready, because that's the bad news, but the good news is that if we learn to take better care of ourselves and each other, our hearts can heal. And so in my research and talking with so many people, I came up with 90 takeaways. I'm just kidding, there's only 7. The best time to talk about plan and prepare for grief, and that includes death and dying, is when we are young and healthy. But the next best time is now, isn't it? We need to talk about these things. We need to develop coping skills and strategies. What do we believe about life and end of life? Let's create a soft landing for ourselves in life and for end of life. You know, we have so many occasions in our lives, and we plan for them for months and months and months. Imagine a wedding, a graduation, or you're pregnant and you're going to give birth in 9 months, but you just say, oh, you know what? We don't need to plan anything. We'll wing it. When that day arrives, we'll just throw it all together. We don't do that with anything. Birthday parties, we throw these elaborate birthday parties, but we don't want to talk about grief, and we don't want to talk about end of life, even though we have no idea when that is, and I've come to accept. I haven't started caring less, I've just started accepting more. We don't know how long we're here. So let's talk about plan and prepare long before it arrives. And that's takeaway number 1. So takeaway number 2, I've realized that with our society, we are a compassionate community, especially these wonderful small communities. We are so compassionate. But we live in silos. Many people are in silos of isolation, and we're all in this lane. We've got, these people are playing hockey and they're playing lacrosse, and we don't know what our neighbors are doing, and we've sort of lost that sense of everyday community. When there's a funeral or a big celebration, everyone shows up, but on a day-to-day basis, we don't often know what's going on with our neighbor. Even me, with all of that, I'm trying to aspire to do and inspire people, I realize, I could have a neighbor 2 doors down and I don't even know they're dying or they're sick. And so I've made it my business to know a little bit more. Because the truth of the matter is that we need each other. And even if we have friends and family, they often can't, many of them live far away, or they can't always be there for each other. So we need to get back to a stronger sense of community. Because my takeaway number 2 is that it takes a village. It takes a village to support the ill, the caregiver, the dying, the bereaved, and each other. And when you're grieving or you're anxious, we can show up for each other, which I just kind of